has been continually praised for its unapologetic inclusivity of queer characters. Noelle Stevenson set out to make their series one about inclusion and acceptance from the beginning, and this attitude shines through their work throughout the series. This is the main reason so many viewers choose to watch She-Ra, but many viewers overlook the character of Entrapta and the autistic community she represents. Entrapta gives many autistic viewers a sense of belonging and being seen. She is a notable example of what neurodiverse representation should look like. Directors should take a page out of Stevenson's script when it comes to writing and representing neurodiverse characters. Entrapta, who is the ruler of the Kingdom of Drill, is introduced in the 6th episode of the series. Many people would describe her as an inventor who cares little for the safety of herself and others.
I'm on the side of science!
But from her debut, many autistic viewers, including myself, understood her characteristics and actions as those of a fellow autistic. Even though many viewers on the spectrum related to Entrapta from the beginning, her autism was not confirmed until after the final season's release. Stevenson confirmed in a tweet,
"Yes, we wrote her that way. One of our crew members was on the spectrum and related to her specifically, and had a huge part in shaping her story and character."
Entrapta's character does not just represent the autistic community. She was written by and for the autistic community. The crew member Stevenson referred to in this tweet was storyboard artist Sam Zymanski. He had a major role in shaping her autism, and her storyline. By putting Zymanski in charge of her character, Stevenson and the rest of the crew allowed him to make an autistic character that he would like to see represent the community. Letting Sam take the lead with Entrapta's character allowed Entrapta to feel like a real person on the spectrum. The stereotypes portrayed by many autistic characters in other TV shows and movies turn those characters into caricatures of what autism really is. It makes the characters feel fake, but because the crew of She-Ra allowed Zymanski to be so involved in creating the character of Entrapta, she lacks many of the stereotypes of autism. Most autistic characters in movies or on TV are white males. Entrapta, of course, is depicted as a woman. Most autistic characters are portrayed as self-involved and unconcerned with others. They sport a flat face and show no care for anyone but themselves. Entrapta's character displays a wide range of emotions, and she is pictured showing genuine care for those around her.
They're not coming back for me.
Thanks. I like being friends with you, too.
Another stereotype She-Ra subverts is the assumption that people on the spectrum, and people with disabilities in general, are not interested in romantic and sexual relationships. Entrapta is seen in a few scenes flirting with others, and there is even an innuendo that she is sexually active.
Imperfection is beautiful. At least to me. Oh, hello. You're very technologically advanced.
Because Entrapta lacks many of the stereotypical traits of autism, she feels real. She is not just a token character or a character you should feel sorry for. This allows autistic viewers to understand and relate to her on a level many other characters cannot provide. Not only are stereotypes avoided during Entrapta's appearances on screen, but her autism proves to be an asset to the rebellion in a couple of ways. Entrapta's autism serves a purpose on screen, and she is often the one who saves the day. This is the first time I've seen autism being pictured as something that can make a person useful on screen. Her strong talents in STEM, her interest in robotics, first one's tech, and space travel,
I love thinking about the crushing void of space!
often give the rebellion an edge against the Horde.
Hey, Darla!
Entrapta's autistic traits are also useful to the rebellion because of her own experience in learning the intricacies of social interaction and her ability to see the humanity in non-human characters. Entrapta sees humanity in places where no one else even thought to look, and because of this, she sees the humanity in an enemy soldier. Entrapta convinces her friends to let her keep one of the Horde's clones after they accidentally sever his connection to the Horde's hive mind. In later episodes of the series, Entrapta teaches the clone about the intricacies of human interaction. She's probably the most qualified of the group to impart these lessons to him, as she herself had to work harder than the rest of the group to understand these social situations.
You blend right in.
You appear to have a facial tic. Is it cause for concern?
Huh? Oh, I'm winking. It signals unspoken intent behind my words, in this case, our mutual deception of the Horde. Now you try.
Oh.
While Entrapta has many talents related to her autism, she also has challenges to face as a result of her missing some of the social cues that others can naturally intuit. But she is never the only one who has to learn to accept herself and overcome her struggles. This is important in showing viewers that autism is not a failure. The show tells us,
"We're all different, but that's okay."
This attitude toward others is apparent throughout the series. A great example of this is when a group of neurotypical characters misunderstands the reasons behind Entrapta's actions during a mission. Entrapta is hyper-focused on intercepting a signal from the Horde so she can save her friend, but the rest of the group interprets her actions as those as a science-obsessed, selfish, and reckless person. Entrapta has to ask the group what they are feeling.
Are you all mad at me?
The non-autistic characters in this scene interpreted Entrapta's actions as those of a neurotypical character, but viewed through the lens of a neurodiverse character, Entrapta becomes a very realistic portrayal of a person with autism and a great example of how level 1 autism might look to the neurotypical observer. Entrapta's arc in the series is not about her improving herself to fit in, but it is about accepting each other and valuing each other's differences. It is about forgiveness and respect. It took the whole group learning to accept and respect each other to fix the problem. Entrapta had to learn to express her feelings in a way that others would understand, and the others had to learn to accept Entrapta, autism and all. Entrapta is a fan favorite, but her character does not come without some problems. The trope of the autistic mad scientist Entrapta plays in seasons 2 and 3 is a trope that I could probably do without. However, this is far outweighed by the positive portrayal of her as an individual on the spectrum. Entrapta is not the perfect mold for every autistic character to be based on, and cannot be expected to represent the whole of the autistic community. Just as with queer representation, autistic representation should be shown through many different characters with a wide range of characteristics and autistic traits. It is important that in the future, shows and movies continue to incorporate realistic, positive, and diverse portrayals of neurodiverse characters. Many viewers on the spectrum can identify with several of Entrapta's overall traits and struggles and the show's overarching theme. She-Ra tells us,
Remember, your imperfections are beautiful!
everyone is unique, and everyone is worthy of love, friendship, forgiveness, and respect. Entrapta's relatability leads to a feeling of safety and hope for each autistic person who watches the show. Etheria is a world in which those who do not belong can fit in. It is a world in which each person can be unapologetically themselves.